being an entrepreneur has lots of perks. Most of the time you got into being an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, for three main reasons. One, you wanted that freedom from your 9-to-5 job. You wanted to create an impact. And the third thing is you wanted to create some kind of unlimited income where no one can tell you, hey, the ceiling on your income is X. But one of the downfalls is a lot of times getting into entrepreneurship, no one coaches you about taxes, liabilities, and credits that you might be eligible for. So tonight's discussion is really from a higher level to give you guys some insight on some of the tax credit, a tax credit that may be available for you that would definitely help you, especially if you had COVID during the last couple of years. So I wanted to introduce the speaker for this evening, Robin Wilson. She's a business consultant with ENCP, primarily two things. She helps small business owners with financial opportunities and tax credits. She's been in the project management space for the last 20 years, and she's primarily here to help with funding questions and any type of tax credit questions. So I wanted to introduce Robin Wilson, and she's going to lead the discussion today on the self-employment tax credit. Robin, are you there?
Thank you, Lorie, for the introduction.
You got it, girl. You got it, girl.
All right.
People need to know. They are tuned in. They've got their pen and paper, and these are all 1099 folks out here. I know they are. Obviously, they wouldn't be tuned in. So I'm going to lead it over to you, and you can lead the discussion on what we're talking about tonight.
Okay, great. So I'm here to talk to you about the self-employment tax credit. So we know it's very important to keep the small business community alive. And when you are impacted by COVID, you lost wages. And that's why the self-employment tax come into play. And you had to take care of yourself if you had COVID, or you had to take care of your a family member. And if you can't work, you're self-employed, you lost your wages. And this is the opportunity to recoup some of that money. So I'm just going to share with you 3 easy steps all about the SETC, what it is, how you qualify for it, and the simple process you need to take advantage of this tax credit. So what is the self-employment tax credit? It's for those self-employed workers, your gig workers, independent contractors, real estate agents, freelancers, all of those folks who are paid by 1099. So if you personally had COVID or you had to take care of someone who had COVID, you most likely entitled to get this funding. So there are 2 categories. You can get up to $511 per day, up to 10 days, if you personally had COVID, or if you had to take care of a family member, you were quarantined, you can get up to $200 a day, up to 50 to 60 days. And this is for 2020 and 2021 through 2 different periods. So April 1st, 2020 to December 31st, 2020. And the second period is January 1st, 2021 to March 31st. So you can get up to $32,000 for this tax credit. And the refund will come to you right from the U.S. Treasury check, like you do with a normal tax refund. So how do you qualify? You got to have your documents in order to get this tax refund. So you need your scheduled self-employment tax forms from 2019 to 2021 with your 1040s. And if you're married, you need to include your spouse's information as well. If you have any W-2s or tax statements, if this applies to you, you need to also include that too. And then the PPP loan, if you took advantage of that actual loan, you need to know have the documentation for the number of draws, the number of weeks that it was forgiven, and dates of missed work. So once you have all of these documents, you can go and apply for this credit. Then we have a simple process. You go to our website, click on Get Started, and you answer a few questions. You upload documents. There's no fee initially because you're just getting an estimate. And then our people in the background, our experts, will calculate the credit to formally find out if you qualify. And it takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get all the paperwork done and prepare the amendment. And then if you agree to everything, then you pay the upfront, the next cost, which is $19.95. And that includes, analyzing the documents, preparing the amendment, and the filing with the actual IRS. Then it takes 3 to 4 months to receive the actual refund, which is all yours at that point. So then we have some important deadlines as well. So, and you have to take advantage of 2020 by April 15th, 2024. So time is of the essence for that. And then if you want to apply for 2021, you have until next year, April 15th, 2025. So here's all my contact information. You can call, text me, or send me an email if you have any specific questions. And then here's the link tree, which outlines everything for the SETC. There's a short video about the program, and then at the actual website where you would do the questionnaire, upload documents, and go through those steps. And that's it, 1, 2, 3.
So very right to the point. I've got some questions for you, my Robin.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for sharing that. That was right to the point. You know how I like to get things done. We don't want to waste too much time. I know you want to get the facts, but I know you may have some questions as well. So if you do have some questions, just queue them up so that we can make sure that see if the self-employment tax credit is okay. Make sure that you get Robin's information, and then we can have a quick chat about some questions. Some questions have come up, Robin, as far as the amount. So 32.2 is the amount. How come this really hasn't been talked about over the last, couple of years? And when did it come out?
Right. It came out in 2020. And there was a big push for the employee retention credit and PPP loans. Also, during that time, my company represented clients who received the ERC. We helped our clients with over $1 million in getting those tax refunds, and which we pride ourselves on that because we were able to help companies stay afloat by getting this money, keeping people on payroll, able to have celebrations that they normally couldn't have to celebrate their employees. So now we just want to extend this service and help the self-employed individuals as well. And the ERC has come to an end. So now this is coming more to the forefront.
Because everyone didn't qualify for ERC. The employee retention credit was if you had W-2 employees.
That's right. And the PPP loan was another big push.
The PPP was a wonderful push. I did enjoy the PPP loan.
Yes, that also gave people a big bump. So now I think that, the self-employed individuals, they need to be relieved too, because if you're not working, you're not getting paid.
Right. So
because you have to take care of yourself.
So this right here, again, if you're self-employed, you don't have the same kind of leave schedule. When you leave, you're not getting paid for that day unless you've got, multiple things going on. So the question comes in, how do you document if you had COVID during this time? And is it something needed with this upload right here?
You just need to have the dates that you had COVID or that you had to care for someone with COVID. But I would highly recommend that you have some documentation on the back end, just in case you're audited. Maybe a doctor's notice or a letter from the family member that you had to take care of, the dates your kid was out of school,
right?
You had to be quarantined. Just make sure it's all important to have everything documented for good record keeping.
You can stop sharing for a second. I want to see your lovely face.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want you all to get in trouble with this because if you're like, yeah, I had COVID, but you didn't have COVID, I don't want you getting into a whole issue with the IRS later down the line. You know, people lied on the PPP loans because they got excited about the amounts of money that they could get. Some got it, got in trouble. So just be careful if this is something toward around those time periods that you're talking about, 2020, April
Yes,
2020 through April 2021.
that's right.
That's period one. If you had it, this applies for you. This is a credit that has been on the table and is definitely something that you check it out if you can apply for it. Also I know I had COVID 3 times and I got to check the dates to see like what time was it through there. Because if I went to urgent care or if I went and got tested, then at least I could just use that, keep it in my tax return files just in case that our IRS wants to audit me. But you know, you all know, don't just say you had it and you didn't have it. Plus, if you have children or you care for someone, school was out, let's say school was out, there's money that's also on the table. What is it, $200 per day?
$500 per day, and then 200 if you had to take care of your kids, up to 50 to 60 days.
511 for you as the individual if you got sick. So they'll pay up to, you're eligible for how many days?
50 to 60 days.
For yourself.
As an individual, 10 days.
10 days. So that's $5,100 if you had it for 10 days, right? That's $5,100 that you could get for that time period. Again, if you were caring for youngsters, their school was closed, nursery school was closed, something was shut down because of COVID, then that's $200 per day per kid. Is it per kid?
I will have to verify. That's a good question.
Okay. All right, these things come up. Because if it's 2 different schools, right? It could be 2 different schools, but $200 per child up to 50 to 60 days. So that is a huge amount of savings that you can at least get rewarded back, my 1099 workers, to at least know that you've got something there to help you, okay? I think that's all the questions that I personally had. I know your company, they process a lot of these. So people are looking at the fee, like what's the 1995 fee for? What is that processing fee really for?
That's for to actually have a secure portal to upload your documents, because that's important for security, to analyze all of the past tax forms, update with your wages. The comparison is a very tedious process. So, and then following it with the actual IRS on your behalf.
Right.
That includes the 1995.
Right. So that's the fee. Now I know I had paid a fee for someone to process my PPP loan. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. So it's the same thing as far as you have a professional, low audit situations where they're connected already with the IRS. They know what they're doing. They know what they're looking for. So this is a processing fee to get your paperwork reviewed, and you're not paying that money unless you know that you are eligible in the first place. So you go through the website, find out if you're eligible. If you are, then you go ahead and submit the fee, and then you get started. Okay, so it's a wonderful way to just get it back. Now, here's a question I had. Let's just say you owe back taxes. If you owe money, does that credit apply to that back tax situation first?
Yes, if you owe money, the IRS is going to take part of that amount out of your actual refund. So you get less than what you owe.
That's what I'm talking about. Put it on my books. You know, put it on my books. Put it on the books. Any other questions that you ladies or gentlemen may have? This is a good one. Thank you, Robin, for this.
You're welcome.
Also, she, always like to speak with you about opportunities that can help you grow as well. So there is a partnership opportunity. Many of the times I'm speaking with business owners, the consulting chats that I have, I want to listen to what you have going on. And then a lot of times it could be around credit. It could be around, I need more money. It's always around, I need more money. So if here's an opportunity, if this is something that is in your realm and you're thinking, I could do this, I could also be an affiliate and do what Robin is doing, Speak a little bit about that partnership opportunity.
That's right. We're looking for others like myself to present this opportunity to other people, other organizations, other accountants that may want to send business our way. And there's a compensation package for this too. So we could talk offline about you coming on and showing this opportunity to other people.
Right. And it's not that you have to be, do you have to be like really tax savvy?
No, because really everything is automated. It's upload documents, then you have your experts in the background processing the paperwork. You're holding your client's hand through the process, but you don't have to know tax law state by state.
Got it. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. And that could be another realm, a realm of a round of education for you to do. And then of course, if you know someone like a teacher or someone who loves to give back information or someone who's looking to be a consultant like this is something you're eligible to do. So reach out to Robin to make sure that you can get your questions answered and see if you can do it. You know, doesn't cost anything, right?
That's right. And then I also want to mention the same company that processed the ERCs for my clients. This is the same company that's going to do the SETC as well. So they're well versed in taxes.
If you want to get started to see if you're eligible, please make sure you've got at least your 2019, 20, and 21 tax returns. Again, like she said, if you have that and you've got your self-employment form, then it'll give you a lot of the answers that this questionnaire is asking for. Find out what it takes. Rami, you want to go through the website? You see in the chat box, if you want to go through the website a little bit, make sure that you've got your documents in order because it's asking you simple questions, yes or no. And certainly if you got a PPP loan in the past, just make sure you get as much of that information when it was dispersed and if you have to repay it back, if it was forgiven. Pretty simple. You got the link in the chat, Robin?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you can share that just to give people an idea of what the website looks like and what they can expect.
This is what the website looks like. So see, helping the self-employed get up to $32,000 per individual for COVID sick pay. And you just go in the right-hand corner, begin qualifying. So you just click on that and you just go through these questions. Have you or any of your W-2 employers claimed paid sick and family leave credits on your behalf? We'll just say no. Say yes. During the years 2020 and or 2021, were you either already married or did you get married? Oops. Did you file a joint tax return in 2020 or 2021? I'm just doing this as a dummy. In which years did you and your spouse file a joint tax return? And then it's telling you to gather up all the documents. It's really easy and self-directed here.
Got it. So if you see that, like I said, just make sure that you've got the necessary paperwork before you get in there, just to make sure you're not overwhelmed with not knowing answers. Have your tax returns in front of you so that you can at least answer these questions.
That's right. Sole proprietor, 1099 contractors, freelancer, single member LLC. All of those jobs qualify as self-employment. Then you select the year. Select the years your spouse was unable to work. Not being able to telework is self-employment due to issues related to COVID. Did your spouse include a scheduled self-employment form with their tax returns for the years 2019? Yes. We'll just put all the years for the years 2019, 2020, 2021. Did your spouse's schedule self-employment show positive net earnings? Yes. Click all the years. Did your spouse receive a PPP loan? We're just going to say no. Did they electronically file? Yes. We're going to say it's for 2020.
Nothing too difficult so far.
Yeah, you just keep going through until all the questions are done. In 2020 or 2021, did your spouse receive W-2 wages? We're just going to say no. Has your spouse or any of your spouse's W-2 employees claimed paid sick leave credits on their behalf? We'll just say no. Oh, look, $32,000 coming your way.
Look at that.
So
And
then-
it's in green too. All of
Yeah.
it.
You say you can claim it. Let's see what happens next. Claim your self-employed credit. So you put in all your information here,
Mhm.
and you just continue. And I'll ask you about uploading documents next.
Oh, it gives you the maximum up to. So it didn't ask like how many days you were out, right?
Right.
Okay, so not a problem. Well, at least you got the eligibility. That's good.
Yes.
So from that point, then you enter your info.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to put that in there now.
Okay.
But once you put it in there, then what?
Then I'll ask you to upload the documents.
Got it, okay.
So your actual tax forms, you enter the dates of work missed
Mhm,
and the PPP loan, if that was in there.
mhm.
And then they will analyze the actual paperwork in 3 to 4 weeks.
Mhm.
And then you'll be billed in 1995 if you want to move forward. It's a one-time payment. You can't split the payment. You can't use different forms of payment. One credit card payment.
Right. Okay, so thank you. So now when you get to that part, just remember, ladies and gentlemen, that part, you can upload your information. You can get that far. It's not going to cost you anything, but at least if you know that you've got this eligibility coming, I think you're self-employed enough to know how to find it. You know, you can find it. 1995 is not going to be hard to be able to say, if I invest this and I'm getting back 10, 13, or $30,000 later, you can kind of figure out how to work it out. You know,
That's
that's why you're self-employed. That's why we're here. All right. Cool. You can stop sharing for a second. Does anyone have any questions about that? That was awesome. That's great to know. It's helpful to know. You guys have the link inside the chat. So if you want to get started, see if you're eligible, do that over the next couple of days. But remember, April 15th of this year is
For 2020.
is the first deadline. So if you want to do it, you know, get on board and start acting quickly about it. All right. We're good to go. So if you guys, ladies, don't have any questions, that's pretty good. Ben, did you have any questions or anything to say as we leave out from the tax professional who might be doing somebody's taxes right now?
That's right. And we know our accountants are very busy at this time of the year. So, and sometimes accountants they may not know about the credit. So that's where we would come in.
Mhm.
And because our company just specializes in this actual credit.
If you need an amazing tax person, when this replay goes out, trust me, I will have his contact information. It is high time. Not everybody is privy to do it as far as the tax credits or any kind of credits. Like Robin mentioned, there are some people that will just do your taxes as normal, but when there's tax credits or some extra credits like this, almost like a specialty, then you may not have someone that has the time to do it. And either way, it's still going to be an extra cost to do it. So if you need some, definitely some expertise, Benjamin Copeland is amazing with self-employed individuals like myself. He's been doing my taxes for over 10 years at this point. So, you know, if it is someone that you need to get connected with, I'll make sure you get his information. All right. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry, Benjamin, I didn't meet you. I promise you. Robin, thank you so much. Any parting words that you want to mention for our 1099 folks?
No, I'll just leave my information in the chat box as well, just so you can copy and paste it.
Mm-hmm.
And you could just get back with me with any questions. You could text, call me, or send me an email. It's coming through the chat right now.
Right. So make sure that you copy her Linktree link and get in touch with her, especially if it is on the partnership side. You're a business owner as well. If you love consulting and you think that this may be a good fit for one of your lines of businesses, then definitely reach out to Robin to see what that looks like and see how you can be an affiliate with her company as well. All right.
That's right. This is a simple business. You don't have to do it. It's not a 9 to 5. You could do it, make your own schedule.
They like
Time to
that.
talk to people about
That's
the
why we're here.
opportunity.
That's
Yeah.
why we're here. We don't want a 9 to 5.
So it could definitely be a compliment to whatever you're doing on the side.
Okay, awesome. Thank you again. The recording will go out by this weekend for everyone. If you need to get in touch with me, definitely you can reach out to me to have any questions answered. Anything around real estate, business credit, and business consulting. I'd love to chat with you to see what we can do to help you with extra funding for your business, credit for your business, and what else can be done to help support your business. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.